Karen Duffy. Duff.
Whoa!
Thank you.
Hello.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Oh, I got
pink, honey.
nothing to cry about. Good morning.
With some entrance, wasn't it?
I tell you.
Kind of beats the hell out of Pee-wee.
That's funny. Everything's
Whoa,
relative,
yeah.
Regis.
Duff is here. Duff. Good to see you.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
you really
Nice to
are.
see you.
You're a terrific young lady. I mean, you're doing a lot of things, and I admire that, you know, and I try to inspire my girls to get out there and get among them and carry on the way you are. She attended President Clinton's birthday party here in New York?
Yeah, that was amazing.
How was that like? What was
I
that?
tell you, I have been so lavishly endowed. I got the opportunity to meet the president.
And not afraid to tell us about it.
I tell you, no!
Or show us either.
I am the luckiest girl I ever met. And yes, last week I was invited to go to the big president's birthday hootenanny. And at the cocktail party before, I got to meet him, which was really amazing.
Very
because,
charming man, isn't he?
You know, his presence as an orator is spectacular, but just off the cuff, he's so great.
Yeah.
And then when I tell you, he really looks you in the eye.
Yeah.
and-
No kidding.
Yeah, he's spectacular.
Both of you got looked in the eye, I guess. Eh?
Yes, we
You know,
did.
he's a very
Got a lot of
gregarious man. A lot of charisma.
Charisma, yeah. And then you went to the Emmys with George Clooney. Excuse
Yeah, that was
me
last
very
year.
much.
I tell you, like I'm saying, they just jump in the boat. That's it.
But you know
Now-
what? She gives back so much. You've done volunteer work your whole life because your parents taught you that way, to give back.
Exactly.
And I mean, you've done some interesting kind of volunteer work, too.
Yes, I've been working at a nursing home since I was 13. So actually, I still at the nursing home, and I play in your winning quarter. So it's funny. So I try and make bingo like an event. So
Did
like,
you say the winning prize is a quarter?
yeah, you win a quarter at the
How
nursing
do
home.
I get there?
But the great thing is, I'm like, okay, you know, every letter you call, you have a little story. I'm like, B9. Yes, I hope your tumor is benign, Mrs. Sella. Here's your quarter.
You gotta keep it in the...
You gotta keep it in the context
Yeah,
of
They
things.
must love you at
I
that
tell you,
nursing
I have
home.
a lot of fun. And then, like, working at MTV and American Journal, people are always so generous in giving you T-shirts and hats and, you know, from all different shows and bands. So I have so much, so I give it to the nursing home. And I tell you, you're the most, like, spectacularly decked out octogenarian sitting outside with, like, you know, their Rolling Stone hat, their Michael Jackson jackets. So it's really
So
funny.
it's easy to make people happy, isn't it?
Well, it really is. And I tell you, you're really an inspiration. I see both of you out a lot at philanthropic events, but I really who are always out there really giving back, and I really think that's spectacular.
Your hero was Mother Teresa.
Yeah.
Who's doing so much better now, thank God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mother Teresa just celebrated her birthday yesterday.
Yeah.
And came through this crisis, I guess.
Yeah, that's all the prayer, the power of prayer.
So anyway, Duffaroo, let's get back to George Clooney, if you don't mind. Friends with George?
I tell you, yeah, he's
How'd you meet the big guy?
Actually, this is funny. I was on a date with Chris Farley from Saturday Night Live, and I
From
walked
Chris
into.
Farley to George
You
Clooney.
are a brave woman.
I tell you, I'm just chumming the water. So I walked into the House of Blues, and I'd never met George, but some people have been saying what a great guy he is, and you should meet him. And
Trying to say, yeah.
so I walked in, and he picked me up, which is no easy feat, and just said, "I'm George Clooney, and I've been hearing a lot about you." And I was like, "Whoa." I was kind of like rocked in. And Farley's like, "I'll kick your ass," ready to, with Clooney. And,
Fighting over the Duff.
Trying to get the picture
My
in my
money's
mind.
on Batman.
Batman's daughter.
Oh, I know. You should see him in the bat. I saw pictures of him in the Batman suit, and they are exquisite. He really does that suit justice.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
So anyway, Clooney's got you in his arms. Farley's circling him.
No, it was just, it was just funny. Then we met, and then actually, he was my date to the Academy Awards.
Yeah.
Actually, I had, check this out, I had Noah Wiley and George Clooney. I had 2 dates that night.
No kidding.
Yeah,
One on
I'm not
either
doing
side.
bad.
Wow.
And then we went to the Emmys. Actually, it was really nice because the show I was working on, TV Nation, had been nominated, and we won Best Information Series. And then we went, that was Saturday night. Then Sunday night's the other Emmys, and George was nominated, and he was so funny because we always tease George that he's got a big head. I'm like, "George, how many pillows are you up to at night?" Because he's like, no one loves success more than George, which is really great. You love to just, you're so happy that he's been so blessed. And He's always like, tonight I'm up to 3. 3 pillows.
Feeling strong. Going for 4.
Yeah, it's funny.
Well, Duff, you begin a new assignment now, huh?
Yes, I'm
Next
working.
week, is it?
Yes, I start working on American Journal, which I'm really thrilled about.
Say hello to Nancy. She's a really
Yeah.
nice
Nancy's,
lady.
Yeah,
Nancy's
Nancy's
terrific.
great.
Nancy Glass is our host. And
So
So
what
what,
kind
I got some young folks. I'm sorry. go
Yeah,
ahead.
they got an investigative team,
Going
right?
out there.
Team AJ.
Yeah,
like
now
the
you're going to
Mod
be doing
Squad.
celebrity type things. You could be doing investigative.
Well,
What do you-
my past experience has been working really on political pieces with Michael Moore on TV Nation, and what I'm going to be working on, I'll have more of a chance to do more pop culture stories, and as well as political stories, which I really like to do. And it's the whole idea is I really want to get informative, entertaining pieces really to younger people, possibly the audience that's really underserved, that doesn't really, people maybe who aren't galvanized to the news, and perhaps we can bring the news in a different way. But it's really cool.
What is it, Duff, that you really, where do you want to be 5 years from now?
You know what? I'm doing it. I couldn't imagine anything I'd rather do than what I'm doing right now. Living in New York, working on a show based out of New York, working where I'm doing some stories where perhaps I can inspire some people or just open up people's eyes to different events and really just get people off their butts and maybe start participating in life.
But you know what? If all of that doesn't work out, my son wants to marry you.
No, really? Well, he can take a number. Isn't that right?
Duff said, well, he can take a number.
But I have to tell you something. You guys, not only have you inspired me just by, how you just really contribute to the community, but I never had ever worked on TV before, but every year when I was away at school, my sisters and I would all get tickets and be in the audience. So when I started working on MTV, they're like, have you ever, been in a TV studio? I'm like, yeah, I go to Regis and Kathie every year. It's like, I can see it doesn't look that hard when you're sitting up from up there.
Yeah.
And it's funny, all my sisters, every time I'm on a show, they sit up there and they bring their rosary beads, and I'm just like, Caitlin, what are you doing? And they're like, well, we're just saying a novena so you don't say anything stupid. I'm like, you're a little late. I've been on TV 5 years.
Did you like the Dean Martin book?
I did like
Wasn't
the
that
Dean Martin
book?
book. Yeah,
See,
Nick
she liked the
Hodges.
Dean Martin. Nick
I wanted
Hodges
to
is
read
a
that.
terrific writer.
He's a
down
I'll
there.
read it to Cody at night.
Lives down there in the village. Okay, Team AJ debuts on American Journal next week with Nancy Glass, Karen Duffy. Thanks
you
so much, Karen.
God
Good luck
bless.
to you.
Thank you very much.
Right back with Renee Taylor from The Nanny in a moment.